This is NAB Show Live.
Just accidentally.
Welcome back. My name is Seth Hurst. I'm your host for this segment, and I'm your subject matter expert when it comes to immersive technology. That's virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and the reality we all think about in our heads, but we would never talk about. So right now, this segment is going to be about location-based entertainment. And we have Lynn Rosenthal from Periscape. We have Jenni Ogden from IQ. We have Gregg Katano from Hologate. Sorry, been at this a while. And Nancy Bennett from 2-Bit Circus. Welcome all.
Thank you.
The thing about, everybody talks about location-based entertainment as the gateway into VR experiences for consumers in the hopes that they will do something at home eventually.
Right.
And right now, you look at China, there are more location-based entertainment centers opening, and in the case of Periscape and Hologate, you guys are like instantly and quickly deployable in empty spaces, airports, malls.
2-Bit Circus.
All over the world, 2-Bit Circus. You guys are in 2-Bit Circus?
Oh yeah.
How about that? I didn't know about that. Wow. Okay, so, we have videos for everybody, so we're going to introduce, talk a little about, and then talk about the industry. We've got like 23 minutes to zeal through. So Steve, we're going to have 2-Bit Circus's video up first.
Great.
Give him just a second. 2-Bit Circus opened in Los Angeles?
In September.
In September.
2018.
It is.
It's booming. It's packed every night. Mondays we're closed. Come on down. Downtown
Come on
LA.
down.
Opening multiple.
I'm Eric Bradley.
And I'm Brent Bushnell, co-founders of 2-Bit Circus.
We've set out to reimagine the carnival.
The carnival of the future. The carnival of the future.
And there you have it.
Wow, so that was
Amazing.
That's the Los Angeles opening, that's the Los Angeles facility.
Yep.
You can go in there is so much to do. What is the average length of stay for the customer that comes in?
We've noticed about 3 hours per customer.
3 hours?
Yeah, and sometimes longer. We had somebody in there for 7 hours recently.
Well, you can come in and stay as long as you want. You make an appointment and you come in, or
you don't have to make an appointment, but
buy
you
a
can
ticket?
online. You can buy a ticket in advance for experiences like VR, but admission is free. Come in, get a play card, play to play, and you can have cocktails, you can eat food, you can see a plethora of experiences.
Do you have cocktails before VR or after VR?
That's up to the user's choice.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, and now you're expanding.
Yes.
So where's the expansion?
I'm not allowed to say yet. It's not public, but we are expanding across the United States.
Across the United
and
States.
Asia. Yeah.
And Asia.
Yeah. And
Excellent.
it's 40,000 square feet of immersive play. It's not just VR, it's AR, it's an interactive supper club. We've got lots of things coming online.
So as an immersive theater?
Yeah. 92 touch screens interacting with the stage with 2 podiums where you can build interactive show and wine tasting, whiskey tasting, game show.
Wow,
It's
you know,
really fun.
you have a lot of location-based entertainment that is just opening up for, like, specifically, like, not that there's anything wrong with this, but like The Void or...
Those are fantastic experiences. And we have experiences that are similar, where it's one-to-one mapping of the room, where you can touch things and interact with other people in a VR space, have a game experience, a story experience. But we also have other things, like a modern arcade with 10-person arcade games, story rooms, which are episodic gameplay for multiple players, where you solve a problem together, fly a spaceship. crazy midway games, which are throwbacks to the playing of a verb-based game like throw, toss, pitch, but using haptics and AI and machine learning and tracking.
So this really addresses like the age demographic, like the things that you remember as a child, introducing your child to those things.
Out-of-home entertainment hasn't changed in 40 years, and now we're changing it, which is great. Thanks to also partners like Hologate and other friends who are doing awesome things.
That's excellent. So in the expansion, are these, you maintain everything, they're not franchised?
That's correct, at the moment. Who knows how that'll change.
Okay, great. All right, now we're going to go on to Hologate. Gregg and I have known each other in so many iterations that I always ask him back every year because you're always doing something interesting. So we're going to roll the Hologate video, Steve. Gregg, I have a quick question.
Yes.
It says play and compete worldwide.
Yeah.
Is it networked?
It's not networked yet, but we are working on that.
So that I would be
Coming
able to
soon.
play against someone in Shanghai?
Right.
Okay, can you explain a little bit about the business model and how this works?
Sure. So, a little bit of my background when I was first getting into virtual reality, I only focused on distribution. And so I was with Google Cardboard, I have a VR arcade, VR festival with Chris Crisatelli, and it was always about getting the content out to the people. So one thing that I was stuck with was how do we get the higher end system out to the people, out to the public? Because the computers were expensive, the headsets were expensive, so I thought that that would take a little bit more time to roll out. So with Hologate, it was the turnkey system I had been looking for. I had met Life, who's the founder at one of our VR arcades, VR festivals out in Vegas, and he was telling me that he was building the system, and it was a small footprint, 16 by 16 square feet, multiplayer, which was important, so it could be social rather than just
It accommodates 4 in one system?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So it's 4 in one system, and what's great is that everyone can see each other's avatars, everyone can speak to each other, and the last thing was making sure that people waiting to play were able to see what was going on, because I would watch people when they're in standalone headsets, and sometimes they would, kind of poke their friends, kind of scare them, and I thought, wait a minute, maybe they're just feeling a little left out. So we started experimenting with monitors. Well, Hologate already had that in the plan. So it was really about having the right system and pricing it at a point where these family entertainment centers don't even have to blink, don't even have to think about getting it into their centers.
Do you buy the system or lease it?
It's at the present, it's only for purchase.
And do you do maintenance as well?
I'm sorry?
And you handle the maintenance of the system as well?
Right. So we teamed up with Creative Works out in Indiana as our distribution company, and they have 25 years of experience in family entertainment centers and laser tag and escape rooms, and we thought that would make more sense for us because we don't know that side of the business, and it was just this marriage made in heaven because while we would work on the strategy, we would work on coming up with new games, they were taking care of the delivery, the build, and all the technical support.
Is the content provided for free from you, or they pay for the content as well to pass on the consumer?
So the content is coming with the system. All the games were created by us.
And how often do you update?
You know what? It's about 2 games every quarter. Every 6 months. It's actually pretty fast. These guys are really smart as far as getting the games out pretty efficiently.
Well, I can just imagine the possibilities because you conceivably could have those 4 players in an esports tournament in Hologate.
Right. Yeah.
So we should
exactly
talk because we're working on the spectator experience.
Perfect.
That, so.
Well, yeah, that's definitely going to be the future with esports.
Excellent. All right, Jenni Ogden, who I've also known for We're not old enough to actually have known each other that long, but we have. Can you explain a little bit about EQ, and then we'll run your reel?
Okay, so IQ Productions.
IQ, sorry.
IQ Productions does projection mapping and immersive design. So anywhere from full dome to projection mapping in theater spaces, stage deck.
Explain projection mapping just briefly.
Okay, so projection mapping is different than traditional projection because we're taking it off the traditional screen and outside of the 16:9 and mapping in all sorts of different organic areas. So it could be the walls of a theater, the deck of a stage where we're tracking.
So once you map the environment, then you can project anything onto what you've mapped.
Exactly, and it's precisely registered to, for instance, the architecture. We do a lot of themed entertainment. We did Small World at Disneyland, and we've done some things for Universal Studios and that sort of thing. And then we do a lot of live performance integration with projection mapping.
Great, let's run the reel. Steve? Wow.
Great.
Just out of curiosity, have you talked to the folks at MSG about the sphere?
Yeah.
I have, yes.
Excellent. Okay, and then there's something else you're doing, Steve, if you can put the screen grab up. There's something else that you're doing that you just announced this week, something you tried.
Yes, so right now we're in development with a company called Master Idea Works, and at the Hex Lab, we're working on live tracking and trying to beat the latency problem for live tracking for live performance. and it's conceptualized actually for the 2020 Olympics skateboarding event. So skateboard's now an official event, and we want a live track on the skateboarders, not around them, not behind them, but actually peg that projection on.
So the latency would mean you'd have
the
ghosting?
delay. Yeah, it can't keep up. So if somebody's whizzing down a skateboard ramp, can we peg the projection on them without,
And can you?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes,
5G
we're working
will be
on that
nice.
right now.
Nancy just said 5G will be nice.
We're integrating with some AI-driven software actually, and we've been writing code all week and developing this at the HexFat 5 lab in Upland. Actually, we've been in an airplane hangar all week working on really kind of breaking that latency issue. So we're almost there. I think we're going to be able to nail it this week.
That's great.
That's great. And I had gotten an email and she says, we're working on it. I don't know if I could talk about it. If it works, I'll talk about it. If not, so congratulations.
Yes.
Lynn Rosenthal, Periscape.
Yes.
So I tracked you down. I found you because I wanted you to come talk about Periscape.
Thank you.
So we have a few images for you. So if you can start to pull up those images while Lynn is speaking about what Periscape is and what Periscape does.
I've sort of figured that out. Periscape launched its the first ever virtual reality experience center in an airport. Here we are at JFK, right in the middle of the retail lounge at the International Terminal. It's the perfect place for us to launch because 1 out of every 15 people enters the United States through JFK, Terminal 4, and that's about 70,000 people a day. So our very first week, we were able to see 2,000 people, and they were all VR curious. So that was a huge privilege for me. And we had more media than we expected because we were first to concept. We had over 500 global media hits that first week. Those are our wonderful brand ambassadors. We did work without an attendant, so they were there just to provide great customer experience. As you can see, those are designed with the customer security. You can see how they can put in right at the front, they can pull in their carry-on, secure their goods, and we serve up about over 2,000 people a week now in 11 different languages, and there's no demographic. They go anywhere from age 3 to 90. It's pretty wild.
How do you select oh my God, I have so many questions. So how do you select the content?
So I curate best of class content. I try to have something for everyone. We've just picked up a bunch of new content from Sundance and from South by Southwest. We also have a wonderful content partner called City Lights, who has Spheres. We'll be taking that out as of May. And we'll be rolling out to hundreds of locations, including global. We were very surprised when we launched. We had 1 to 3 global opportunities that came to us every day for almost 5 months. So we're really blessed. We had a lot of big CEOs coming through that area and a lot of press. So we were able, suddenly we just had all this incoming traffic. And so we're now rolling out with our airport partners globally into various countries in addition to high-end malls and luxury theaters.
And what does it take to roll out? How fast can something be deployed?
So we've done hundreds of hours of engineering. We now ship, it's a Gensler design. They're designed for luxury. They ship plug and play in a crate. You can plug them in and they connect to Wi-Fi, so it takes about a minute and a half to uncrate it. If you want to have a 4-sided tower, it takes up to 10 minutes to sort of snap them all together. But you can also unsnap them if they're having an emergency down at the B gates, no problem. In the middle of the night, just unsnap them, drive them down to that area, plug them in, and you've solved taken a bad problem and created a solution for those people who can't leave that area and are stuck there for more than 3 to 4 hours, which was the average dwell time at JFK.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, there are so many iterations. I mean, you can brand that whole,
Yes.
those 4 towers. So
Yes.
if, example, American Express,
Yes.
they wanted to offer this, they paid for the space and everything.
Right.
They're the sponsoring brand. It's
Yes.
great for them because it presents them as an innovative brand, yes?
That's right. We're branding towers for sports teams at stadiums and many other places. And we can offer advertising in many countries, and we also have a merchandising model. So we have 3 revenue streams so far.
It's just, so all of this, I just want to say, all of this has happened in less than 12 months.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the last year because Hologate, you were just getting started. At this time last year,
We opened in June.
I was going to say, I didn't even know about you.
Yeah.
You have a long tradition, but being able now everybody's talking about domes.
Right.
And you and I mean, we're at 2-Bit Circus. I tried a couple of their VR experiences. You know, I love them. I thought they were really well done, the synchronized experiences. But I had no idea that there was going to be this kind of fun zone that I could just jump in and lose myself in. Where does the line, I guess there is no line, because all of these are deployable. All you need is it's Internet of Things. It's another connection. And it just seems like from last year to this year, complete innovation. Anybody have any ideas? We have just a few minutes left, where things will go with each of your companies over the next year?
I think LBE is here to stay for a while, and I think the opportunity for people to try new things is really important. We have a very strong community presence, and we do beta nights where people come in and present their work in progress. And those are fantastic. So you're really getting a conversation going with the community within which you are deploying. And so they get to try your things, and they get to try 2-Bit Circus things, but they also get to put their things forward. And that cross-fertilization and collaboration probably will move the needle forward in terms of the types of experiences you have. AR will certainly be coming in, inside-outside tracking, projection mapping and interaction. You know, there's some things that we've learned, which is interactivity, multi-user, social, fun. Those things work really well together. And I think we'll just see more of that with more technology.
Right.
Gregg.
So we were hoping for a footprint out in the industry, family entertainment, and it happened more quickly than we expected. So once we had a footprint, we were hoping to attract some IP. So intellectual property, and our first piece that we landed was Angry Birds. So we're going to be releasing Angry Birds in July. The movie Angry Birds 2 is going to be coming out in August, so it's teamed up with Rovio and Sony. And then we're also working on the esports side, connectivity between the Hologate so you can play worldwide. And some interesting things to come that
Brilliant.
also we can't mention. Actually, one more thing, we're going to be doing a tournament, our Groove Guardians game. It's our rhythm game, and we're going to be doing it with 2-Bit Circus. And can't wait for that.
Well,
Sports of a different kind.
Right.
planning on broadcasting that live. Let's talk.
Yes.
I just think everybody they're enjoying more and more immersive experience and more interactivity. I'm really excited about what we're developing right now. We'll be back in the lab writing code and testing to make sure we can accomplish this, and working with AI computing actually is really kind of exciting as well for integration. And full dome. I mean, the more and more we can immerse people and provide exciting experience with everything we do collectively, I think the better. So.
Lynn.
Periscape started as a retail play to sort of provide those stressed out, anxious passengers who are very bored, something to do in an airport there, and some entertainment. So now that we're rolling out globally into retail outlets and malls, and I just think we can go on tour with bands. We operate everything over the internet. So we do our ops in real time. We're fully automated.
Wow.
And we also can drop in content in real time. So far, I'd love to see 1,000 VR towers out there in the next couple of years.
Sounds like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Lynn, Jenni, Gregg, Nancy, thank you so much for giving us your time today. You're doing amazing things. And when people talk about, we used to be like the redheaded stepchild of the industry, and I feel like now people need us, at least if they're stuck in an airport. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Brian.
We have more to offer you today, so we'll be back.